right, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it through every single night of Western Sprint Tour Speed Week 2022. This is officially night number 7, and it's the finale of the Marvin Smith Memorial. Welcome back to today's video. I am standing dead center in the infields here at the Cottage Grove Speedway. As I said in yesterday's video, this is one of the most important races of our season. There's a lot of prestigiousness around this event. A lot of guys are gonna be gunning for that trophy and the $4,100 on the line. And with the speed we've had throughout the whole speed week, this is my best opportunity to win tonight. And also, since we ran top 4 in yesterday's A-main event, we don't have to work as hard this afternoon. By virtue of running top 4, we get a direct golden ticket into the dash, so we don't have to qualify, we don't have to run another heat race, and we're guaranteed an upfront starting spot for the A-main event. So we're gonna kind of hang out here for a little bit. They're gonna have the pit meeting here soon, and then we're just gonna try to watch the racetrack, get our own car dialed in, and like I said, the most important part is that we run all 41 laps and we're there for the end. You just have to be in contention through lap traffic, through the surface changing, and whatever Cottage Grove might throw at us. So I figured before we really jumped into the action, I wanted to show you all the previous Marvin Smith Memorial winners. This race started in 2014 and was won by Henry Van Dam. Then Jason Sowald took the crown for 2 years, and Roger Crockett, Logan Foiler, Justin Cox. Unfortunately, the event did not happen in 2020 due to COVID, and then in 2021, it was won by Trey Starks. So this is kind of like the wall of fame for Oregon's biggest sprint car race, and our goal at the end of the night is to add our name to that list. It'd be my biggest win to date, and it's just one that puts you in the history books forever as far as Oregon sprint car racing goes. So we're gonna jump into tonight's action. We're gonna get a hot lap session. We're gonna get to go out there and run our dash to start up front in tonight's A-main event, and then we'll have 41 laps ahead of us. So it's about 7 o'clock, and as a lock-in car, our night is finally getting started. We did engine heat, and we just got the opportunity to go out and do some hot laps. And even though the rest of the field has qualified and ran a heat race, the racetrack is lightning quick. In that session, I think our fastest lap was like an 11.4, which is only 2-3 tenths off of where we've been qualifying during Western Sprint Tour nights here at Cottage Grove. A little bit more overcast today. The racetrack just has a ton of grip, and it's not really starting to go away, but I totally understand why it has to be that way, because with the long feature tonight, it almost needs to be a little bit faster. Otherwise, the worry of rubber would definitely be coming into play. So we have a dash coming up next, and they are going to be adding the fastest 4 qualifiers that transferred through the heat races today into that. So we are going to be starting anywhere between on the pole and 8th. I was kind of hoping that for the lock-in guys, they would do 1 through 4, and then the guys after us 5 through 8. So, you know, there's just such a wide variety. We could start on the front row, or we could be a couple rows deep here, but we should have that opportunity to make it up in the dash. So racetrack's quick, not gonna make many adjustments. Felt really, really good about where we're at, and we're just hoping now to pull a good pill, or have a kid pull a good pill for us and go from there.
4 for Blake Parrott. Tanner Holmes, ladies and gentlemen, what does he got? Oh. He's flying. What's he got? What's he got? The 5 for Tanner Holmes.
Quick report after the dash. Felt like I kind of needed to do my job just a little bit better. Didn't get the best pill, but not the worst. We got the 5, so we started third row inside. My lane kind of took off, but I just completely picked wrong. The bottom had a lot of grip, and I thought it was going to be a little bit more about carrying some momentum around the high side, and I kind of got out of my lane, and a couple cars got by, and then I was able to pass one, so I started 5th, ran 6th. Hindsight 2020, we have such a long race ahead of us, it doesn't matter. We start close to the front, so we're there. But obviously you always, you just want to gain spots and go forward. Racetrack really wasn't much about that though. I mean, it's fast. I mean, you are on the gas and you're all kind of fighting for one lane. 3 and 4, it's, right above the bottom, and 1 and 2, there's kind of just a lot of grip down low as well, and you can really run it hard and just try to get your car rotated. And I mean, like I said, with wing racing, once you kind of get your speeds up and when the track's like this, you're just not really passing. So I'm preparing in case the A-main event doesn't go as slick as we think. I'm hoping it's going to change a lot throughout the laps, and I don't really see how it couldn't, but you just never know. So I got about 27, 28 tear-offs on. We're gonna make some adjustments to the car to try to keep it loose at the beginning, and then I'll have all my wing to go. So if it does start really getting slick and slowing down, we'll just trunk that wing and try to keep the balance of our car where it's at and go forward. Driver intros will be up in just a little bit. We have walkout songs that are gonna announce all of us, and then we have 41 laps ahead of us. This is the big show, the big A-main event, one of Oregon's crown jewel races. We're in a good spot, and yeah, I think it's just about keeping our head on a swivel and having some patience. And if we can put ourselves in the right position through traffic, racing around others, we will be in contention for the win.
Handshake, yep. Run your race, you got this. Be patient, 41 laps.
And I don't know. I don't know if I tried to go back with the wing to get some drive, but then I'm just like super tight at the end of the straightaway. Like,
what's it got?
6.4.
I just don't feel good at all. Like,
Put it up to 8.
I don't know. I just don't feel good.
So you want it on the right side a little more in general?
I mean, I guess that, but like I'm still tight when I try to slow down too much. Like I need the nose to steer more.
Okay.
Can I make any changes quick?
I need it to steer when I'm off the gas. Well, and just like that, our Western Sprint Tour Speed Week has come to an end. Got everything all packed up in the trailer and ready to head back home to Southern Oregon. Don't really have too much to say about our Marvin Smith Memorial. Just really disappointed about our results. Came home 6th there. Didn't really feel any good in the A. Racetrack was super fast down low, and I don't know, my car just didn't go through the bottom good. Like, I just didn't feel good. I couldn't make any speed. Once it started to slick off, I made even less speed. And kind of what we're talking as a crew. I never mentioned it because I was going to talk about it in the video after Speed Week because I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But Wednesday night, we ran over a huge rock. And it actually, there's like 2 bars underneath my seat that support the bottom rails, and the one on the right where it got ran over, it broke the bar and completely bent it. And we ended up having to re-weld both ends, just like a track weld, to try to finish off the weekend. And then now that we're back home, we're gonna cut it out and fix it properly. But ever since that happened, I think during the A on Wednesday night, because at the end of the A on Wednesday, once I got passed by Justin, even though I ran second, my car felt awful just midway through the race after it happened. And then Friday when it slicked off, even though I drove into the wall, like something felt really off. And then last night, like once the racetrack just starts going bone slick, like when there's grip, it's not as noticeable. We got power, we can stay in the gas, the racetrack holds you. But once you don't have anything on track to hold you, it just seems like our car, there's just really nothing. Like I have no stick on the right rear. Car goes in the corner, wants to slide. I'm not in the track, I'm not driving. When I'm off the gas, the car's just not even going forward. And it's not necessarily like a little setup tweak, I think. I mean, you can always be better, but something just feels off. Like it just doesn't feel right, and it made it extremely difficult for me out there. Like I'm just going around, I just feel like there's not a lot I can do. So I don't ever want to make it sound like I'm making excuses. I know we were extremely quick at the beginning of the week, but something kind of changed, and that was the main issue. And then even as we were trying to like square the rear end and play with the Jacobs ladder, like it all just was a little bit different. Nonetheless though, what a week we had. 6 top 5s, 7 top 10s. We weren't involved in any incidents. We won a race at Sunset Speedway Park. That was still I mean, that's still one of the coolest moments of my racing, just because Western Sprint Tour shows are hard to get it done. And then running second to Trace Starks for $10,000 and being close on the last lap. I mean, there's a lot of positives to this week, so I don't want the last 2 nights, as frustrating as it was, to kind of shadow how fast we were at the beginning. But as a racer, you just kind of keep moving on and you keep moving forward. So thank you guys so much for your support. Want to give a huge shout out to all of our sponsors, Next Gen Def, Carson Oil, Lafarge, Earth Environmental, Pit Stop USA, QRC, Fast 4 Media, ABC Powder Coating, Bullseye Design and Print, as well as on-site screeners, my family, crew, and all you fans that came and watched us all week long. Like I said, it sucks, it's frustrating, but that's literally a part of the roller coaster, and that's what you just have to remember. It's just one race at a time. You go from your highs to your lows, back to your highs, and you got to have all that, because it's just a part of the journey. So we'll take some time to reflect. We'll let you guys know on what our schedule will be throughout August and then getting into September, but we got plenty of racing ahead of us, and hopefully more wins and checks to be chasing. See you guys all in the next one, and thank you for your support. Peace.